And I'm really pleased to be here today on Spoken Ink. So I'm just going to jump into some poems. The first one I'm going to read to you is to do with the Ukraine. And I just thought I'd get some of the sadness out of the way by doing this. I've been following the war a lot on Instagram and Twitter, and I came across a photographer named Carol Guzzi, and she's been posting just amazing photos. She's embedded for the Washington Post in Ukraine since the war began. And the photo, well, I'll read you the poem. Ukraine Praise. A stooped grandmother pauses at a wall of photos, smiling faces of children, young men and women, mothers and fathers, grandmothers and grandfathers, all glow in the candlelight. She touches her fingers from her parched lips to the lips on the wall, wipes her silent tears with a gray handkerchief. My grandmother heart reaches out with love to her grandmother heart. My mother heart encircles her mother heart with compassion. My woman heart stands with her woman heart in solidarity as she slowly walks to the front of the church to kneel and pray. And so that was, thank you, that was in the Poets for Ukraine anthology. And then I think none of us have gotten through the COVID without writing something about COVID. And so this next poem was published in WordCityLit in a special edition that they did about COVID. And it's called Gather. 2 long years, COVID still dictates where we can gather and when, how many and who. I don't begrudge that. I march forward with the majority. I don't heed the call of the convoy to disobey. But I'm tired, worn out, weary of Zoom meetings, canceled trips, social distancing, missed moments we'll never get back. Makes me want secret trysts with other bubbles, to huddle in hiding with the mailman, the grocery store clerk, the neighbor I don't even like. Stolen moments of risk. I daydream of days ahead without the rules and regulations, but I hold my place in the regiment a little bit longer. Thank you. So something a little fun. So this poem was based on a painting by Dee Mulrooney of a woman in a bathtub and mermaids sitting on the edge of the tub. So I wrote, how to catch a mermaid in 4 easy steps. Draw a bath by the sea, a clawfoot tub with gold finishes, so the gleam may catch their attention when the sun sparkles on the faucet. 2, add salts, not the scented ones, but the pure sea salt that dissolves like magic, not a chemical reaction. And the delicate smell wafts out to sea, where it might tickle their nostrils. 3, drop in a seal or 2. Feed them pickled herring and smoked oysters to encourage them to sing the seal song of welcome that the mermaids love so much. 4, then climb into the warm water and wait until your own hair grows long and your fingers wrinkle up like plump raisins and your legs feel heavy like a mermaid's tail. Then, if you are lucky, the mermaids will come to investigate this perfect sea of salt and seals with a creature not unlike themselves. Only then will they climb up onto your palms, sitting like little sparrows, while you feed them seaweed chips, sea urchin tea, and snail cakes. Then, with their sleepy tummies full, you can put them in your bucket and carry them home. Thank you. And this next poem was based on a prompt that Margaret Atwood put out about feet. She said, write a poem about feet. And so I started thinking about those feet that sometimes they find on the Pacific coast. And this is what came of that. Foot loose. They found another foot floating in the sea. Loose foot, not fancy-free, nor full of fancy, not fanciful. You've grown another foot, or rather, foot long, longing for that foot, playing footsie under the table. Lose your footing for the fleetingest moment, finding feet among the flotsam and jetsam. Thank you. A while back, I took a workshop about radical reimagining. So looking at the world and deciding how we want it first, and then figuring out how to get there. And so as part of that process, I wrote this poem about what it would be like if everybody had clean water, because that's a problem here in Canada that we need to fix. Radical reimagining. Clean water for everyone, sparkling, fresh, clear, coming from a tap that you only have to turn on. So light on your tongue, it dances, smells like forest in spring when new buds are appearing. Cool breezes are blowing, slides down your throat like silk spun from the finest thread, making every cell glow until there is a radiance about your whole being. And the best part is you can drink as much as you like whenever you want to. And one more funny one before I get into some more serious ones again, sorry. This was based on a newspaper article, and yeah, the image was a subway car and there was a lawnmower inside. Who knew? Subway held hostage by lawnmower. I read this morning's headline with interest, but not too much surprise. The machines have slowly been taking control as our bodies succumb to inertia. Why bother doing something when a machine can not only do it, but do it better? So the lawnmower holding the subway hostage was just a reflection of that. Where in previous days an armed man would hold other people hostage, leading to bloodshed and death, this was a better way. No shooting, no guns at all, just a rogue lawnmower holding the subway hostage. Only an abandoned backpack, an innocent bystander caught up in the fray. I did wonder for a moment how it would all be resolved. Only a matter of time until the rechargeable battery ran out of energy, just like me running out of interest. Moving on to the next story. I think I still have some time, a few minutes. Okay. Yeah, I'll just read this one. Flow. Rain falls from suspended clouds above, becomes part of my story, a gift to share and receive. Drops mix with tears on my damp cheeks. In my imagination, I can dance, feel joy as my feet makes patterns on dewy grass, spin words into new chapters, grow with the freshness of change, defy death with this universal collaboration. And that's because my feet don't work very well sometimes, so. And the next one is a fall poem as we work our way into winter. Attached. Winter's chill runs through me as I watch the world from my bedroom window. Summer's flowers, skeletons in the garden, their warmth and vibrancy long returned to the earth. Dark arms of trees bare across gray skies provide no shield or solace. Sounds of the city silenced by a thick smother of snow. The quiet is piercing. A single flutter has me mesmerized. One leaf still attached to its bough. A final nod to life. I wait for it to fall. Thank you. And then this was a little anthology put together by the Ontario Poets Society, and they did a little, it's called Spring Peepers. I guess that's backwards, sorry. And I took honorable mention in the contest, so they put me in the book. Ah, who knew? This is a spring poem. Waiting for spring. A blanket of thick, wet snow covers garden beds. Not the icing sugar snow of early winter, but the snowman snowball fight snow of early January. This snow is going to stay, but I know that underneath the colony of insects snuggles in, enjoys the extra insulation. Seeds are thinking about germination. Bulbs are holding their sprouts, waiting like me for the warmer weather of spring. So for now, I build snowmen with carrot noses for the squirrels, pebble eyes, arms from branches, but instead of brooms in their hands, I give them garden hose. And then I guess I have one more, so I hope I've given you enough. So we became empty nesters about 4 years ago, and I think this poem's been running around in my head ever since, but it didn't come out until recently. And it's been published in the online anthology, A Woman's Voice. Keep in touch. Don't drift too far. Your little rowboat caught in the current, straying ever away from me. Too distant for me to reach out and touch the rough boards. I worry about frightful storms, holes wormed through the keel, making it all the way to sea, forever lost to me. Keep in touch, I say, as you wave and float away. So that's what I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed it.